You never heard of me? Stupid.
Welcome to another episode of What Now, where we debate the hottest sport topics. We direct them, we dissect them, correct them, and give them to you from our perspective. Bam! Let's go, baby. Another week with the boys. Jamie's out, so you know what? I'm running it again today. Yes. So I got my boy here to the left, my man Jalen, my man down there, Tyreek. We about to dissect, correct it.
It's been a while, you feel
a whole
me?
bunch of stuff. My man, he been gone for out, but he back now. He back. Yeah, we in this thing. Now let's go, fellas. How we feeling this week?
Man, I ain't slept in a month.
Me neither, Cass.
Oh my god, dog.
I ain't slept in a month, yo. But I'm glad to be back in here, man. You know, I just been thinking that since I've been gone. It's not the same without me.
Okay. That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
It's actually better. You know how we feel about your kind.
I wish I could just like put a meme on the screen.
Your kind? What does that mean, Tyreek?
You're
kind. You're kind.
Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta wear both of them.
You're not a real Laker.
Yeah, it's been a good week for me, baby. Dominant.
Dominant.
Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that game the other day?
You mean yesterday?
That boy had a 30. What is it? 31. Hey! Sorry, y'all. This dog biting on my jersey.
Let go. Man.
That boy had a 31-20 game. 2 days after. No. They won the series. 2 days after my boy Lamar came back. I told you he's gonna be back home. I told you. It was a good week for me. A lot of tears.
We should have had that as a topic, honestly.
He was scared.
Put that down.
A lot of tears over the weekend.
Did you ever doubt it? Did you think he was gonna go away?
Nope. Yeah. Nope. He ain't nowhere else to go. He wanted to be back.
Well, I think he wanted to be back was obvious.
I think, yeah. But obviously, I don't know. He has some sense.
Grass ain't always greener.
Yeah. He definitely has some sense talking to him. All right, but before we move on, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Snapchat. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Apple Maps. Follow us on Apple Music. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Everywhere, baby. We everywhere. Just search us up. Boom, we're going to pop up. There you go. When you in your car, listen to us. When you at your job, listen to us, man.
When you in the shower, listen to us. Hey, put us on when you're going to sleep. No cap.
After you put your kids to sleep, listen to us.
After you put your wife to sleep.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving on with that. Oh boy. All right. First, today we'll let y'all know right now, it's mostly all NBA. We in the heat of it now. We in the playoffs, so we gotta talk about all NBA today. First things first.
Yes.
Steph versus LeBron. Is that the greatest NBA rivalry ever?
I put that in the chat. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
No, you go first.
All right.
You go first.
Player versus player, I would say it's probably it's top two. I think the only other one that could probably rival that would be Bird and Magic. Mm-hmm. And then maybe even Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. But Bill won everything. Just as far as player to player. But I would say yes. They've met on the greatest stage. They're two of the top 10 players ever. They both kind of revolutionized the game individually. I would say yes, just because it's like it's so captivating to watch them play. I would say though that Steph's most likely always had the better team, so he's come out on top more often.
Not this year though. I don't think so this year.
Right. Well, yeah. before we actually get into that, but I think that LeBron has all the individual stats to overcome Steph, but I think the team thing balances out. But I would say yes.
Reed? I know you want to come back at that.
I mean, not really. Obviously, I of this generation for sure, it's a given. I mean, Magic and Bird. That seems like a big rivalry, but we can only, even though obviously we can watch the games, we only can know based off of our past, but based off the older generation about how that really affected the game and how it affected people's mindsets. The Magic and Bird topic. MJ never really even had a rival because he was just beating everybody. I mean, you can say the Pistons, but the Pistons never really beat him.
Oh, yeah.
So
the Grizzlies tried to be, but
the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons.
That's what they tried to act like, but
we'll talk about them.
Yeah,
but they just tried something that they weren't, and nobody believed it. But I would say probably yeah. I mean, it's no other big rivalries I can think of. I think all the other rivalries are more team based.
I agree.
If we're talking more player based, then I guess Steph and LeBron. It's good to see them not play in the finals for the first time, which is cool.
I will say
they've never been in the same conference with both of them relatively healthy with good teams.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can't combat either. I agree with it. I think this is definitely the best one of the generation. It's hard to compare it like to Magic and Bird because first off, we were never there to see it. And then plus we know it's different if we know what happens. And then if you do want to go back and watch it, like it's just different. It's not the same effect. Like this is now. Okay. So it's hard to compare with that. But I agree that Steph and LeBron is the best one of our generation. And what Jalen said was a good point too. Like it's so captivating to watch. Like there's never a second of that game that it's not interesting because on one side of the court you've got LeBron, then you've got Curry on the other side. So when both teams have the ball, there's something interesting going to happen. Something is
like having one of the top two players ever on one side of the ball and having the best shooter ever on the other side of the ball. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's
really the best shooting team if you want to add Clay, and then if you want to add KD, that's the best shooting team ever. So offensively, like it blows everybody. Pause.
With that, I'm gonna percolate it, and I'm gonna throw some injections in the water here. I will say that a underrated rivalry, yes, was KD versus Westbrook after they broke up. That's an underrated rivalry. Because like even
rivalry, I would call it a beef. I would call that a beef.
A beef, yeah. Okay, that's a better word. Okay.
I think that's kind of the same thing as Jordan and the Pistons. That's more like a beef rather than a rivalry because Jordan like really never won, and the Pistons as a unit was against Jordan. Like Jordan was really the only person on the on the Bulls at that time.
But like
I think I wouldn't call that a rivalry because that's more narrative based. LeBron and Steph are a rivalry because they kept meeting up. Like that's sports based. They just kept meeting up and kept having to play each other, and they're both very, very good. KD and Westbrook the media made that a rivalry, if you want to call it that.
Yep. They definitely fed into it that first time they met, though.
What other? Yeah, that's the first. That's what I'm talking about. That first game when it was chirping, that was intense. Like, I think you love to see. You love to see that.
I think it's cool now that we're getting older and we see like the kids of this upcoming generation kind of see Steph as like one of the greatest ever, and then kind of talking about how LeBron he's good, but he's not as good as Steph or whatever.
They don't understand. Yeah.
Now we can kind of see what the generation before us was talking about with Jordan, how we were like, LeBron's really good. He's not as good.
I ain't seen LeBron for real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's like it's changing now. And like, yeah, so like they was telling us y'all ain't seen Jordan for real. Now we saying y'all haven't seen LeBron for real.
Yeah.
And then they gonna be like, y'all haven't seen Steph for real for whoever is after Steph. So it's kind of cool seeing how generations are moving.
Braun on the Heat was crazy. Like that was crazy to watch.
He was a different kind of person, bro.
It was crazy.
You talking about someone who could do everything on the court. It was not fair.
Yeah,
he used to be amazed. Like, oh my god, like there's nobody in the world that can stop that man. Like I remember watching him in the playoffs. Like, think there's nobody that can stop him. There's no.
He was so good. I wanted him to lose.
Yes.
I wanted the Spurs to beat him every time.
Second ring LeBron, 2014 LeBron was that second MVP back to back was insane. Like, bro, yeah, you just had to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
How do y'all feel about? We don't have it in here, but how do y'all feel about Joel winning the MVP for the first time? Finally, y'all think he should have won it?
Yes, I do think he should have won it.
Do you think if Jokic didn't win the past two, that he would have won it?
I would say,
because I think Jokic was in the lead until he got hurt like the last few weeks to a month.
If Jokic didn't get hurt and he didn't win 2 in a row already, and you put it in a vacuum versus Embiid, I think Jokic would have won. Probably simply off the fact that their team was better.
Yeah.
And like, the advanced stats and stuff like that. But I mean, Embiid did win the scoring title. I think he won it twice. I think it's the second year in a row he won it. Yeah,
he won it last year too. But scoring title don't mean nothing no more. I don't think. I mean, I never put too much stock in scoring title anyway. It was better back
when you averaging 33 points, bro. It's kind of crazy.
It was better back then because scoring wasn't as easy.
I mean, but if you're rewarding the best scorer, period, whether it's easy or not, whoever is the best is the best.
Yeah, but it's not a real reward. I mean, it's just,
what do you mean?
It's not like, it's just like you don't get like a trophy or nothing for it. You just kind of.
It's not a real reward, though.
They don't give them trophies now.
They never gave them.
They
trophies.
should. They shouldn't. You should never get trophies for
added one of the whatchalls to it, like like the clutch player, that kind of stuff.
Nah, I don't think they ever had a trophy for a scoring title. I think it was just.
No, I know they didn't ever. I thought they added one though.
They don't need. You don't need no trophy for having the most points or assists.
I mean, I think they should though. I think they should, like, statistic awards. Like, if you win the statistics award, I think you should win something.
We got some
money. I just want to throw this out there. We don't have to talk about it. What if someone won the turnover award? Would that make you feel bad? Like,
would you try to win it if you like battling somebody else at the end?
You get like
you want to add it to your resume, like
free training in the offseason.
I got the most turnovers ever. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
You get free trainings in the offseason. All right, let's keep moving it on here. All right, I said this before the podcast. I didn't mean to, but predictions on where Dillon Brooks landing spots. Dillon Brooks, for those of you who don't know. Dillon Brooks.
No, I can't say that.
I don't know.
I got a problem.
All right, I'm about to get off for a second. Let me get off. Hey, bro, I'm glad that they stunting on him like that.
Absolutely. I'm glad they said everything. Yes.
There's no reason for you to talk that much and be that bad. I was watching First Things First probably a few weeks ago. I think at the beginning of the Lakers series. And they were talking about how statistically Dillon Brooks has been the worst player.
You call him Dillon Brooks again?
Dillon Brooks is the worst player in the whole entire playoff. There's 16 teams that make it. You're the worst one? And you're talking the most?
Makes no
but
sense.
I think as far as him going to a new team, I mean, he's one of those players he's like a light-skinned Pat Beverly. Like, he's gonna irritate people. I mean,
Patrick was a little bit more effective. Like, Patrick, you could actually.
I mean, he can play defense now. He can play defense. Like, Dillon Brooks can actually play defense. But it's just like everything else is like, okay, now you're talking and you can only play defense. Like, there's people in the NBA get paid just to play D, but like, you talk way too much. And then trying to talk to LeBron is insane to me.
The thing is that he talks that much, and then he's the one that ends up on the biggest highlights too. So if you're that good of a defensive player, like on game winning layups and stuff, you need to be locked in basically. But instead, you sitting there running your mouth. That's like Patrick Beverly, like even like think about Patrick Beverly, he's been clutch in some defensive moments. And he talks the most, but when it comes down on the wire, Pat's gonna do something to get in your head. He's gonna do something. He's gonna do something.
If you're the best defender on the team, you're bound to get like put on a poster. Like AD's been on a poster. He's a great defender. Embiid's a great defender, but he's been put on a poster. Like if you're a good defender and you're guarding the best offensive player, like you really can't. Kind of like football, you can't do nothing if it's catered to offensive.
I'm on the other side of the fence with this one because, and Tobias, we talked about it a little bit before, but I think I feel like this is a prisoner of the moment the opposite
for
direction for Dillon Brooks because I think the talking obviously that didn't help. I don't think he's that good of a player either, but I don't think he's that bad either. How they're making him seem, because last year he did average 20 plus points in the playoffs.
He averaged like 20,
which is crazy.
Yeah, and he his defense was solid this year. It's just the playoffs he didn't do that well, and it was spotlighted because of his talking, and he was playing, and it was against specifically LeBron, so it's going to be anything with LeBron is spotlighted. So and then as far as the Grizzlies, I feel like and I think Shannon said this today, but I said it before Shannon even said it.
I think what you're about to say, Nick said it last week.
About
it's not. They just need a scapegoat.
Not even that. The what did they put in that?
They said under any circumstances.
Under any circumstance. Yeah, I said that as soon as it came out, we were texting about it. I was like, that's wrong. Like there was no reason for you to have to put under any circumstance. Like
if that leaks, they wanted that out. That's like right. I feel like they're playing with his bag at that point. I don't think if of course it came from the team, but if it's true that it came from the team, I feel like that's lame.
Yeah, like why like what is first of all, he's a free agent, so regardless, it's your choice if you want to bring him back or not. So what's the reason of you putting under any circumstance out there? Like that you only are
it's just aggressive.
Like for no reason. Like how did that help you at all?
I think it's so funny because I'm a Dillon Brooks hater, but it is messed up for you to leak that. Like we don't mess with him at all.
Yeah,
like he's a cancer. Like he was a cancer to the locker room. Like under any circumstance, we're not signing him.
I would feel bad. I would feel bad if he didn't do all this stuff. Like
me too.
Because like you just can't do that. Like you cannot talk yourself out of a job like that.
And then not only
you think he would be on the team next year if he didn't do all this talking.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I
think he had a shot. I think he had a shot. I do think.
I mean, he was. I don't know if he'll still be on the team because I think if they would have lost, they're gonna probably try to blow it up anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say they gotta blow that thing up.
But
try to keep Ja, Bane, and JJJ if they can.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. I just think that Dillon Brooks was. I guess the scapegoat thing. I didn't even think about that until Shannon said it today, and how they don't want to put it all on Ja, even though it was really Ja's fault. All this stuff.
It is Ja's fault. At the end of the day, you're the superstar, and you set an example for your team.
Yeah.
Whether you're young or not, like
that is true. That
he was about to fumble a bag too. Like, bro, you just gotta move smarter. Being
if Ja wasn't
the face of your team, you're sitting in almost the league, really.
Yeah, if Ja wasn't talking all that trash, Dillon Brooks, he probably would still be talking trash. It wouldn't be as bad as he was doing it, or it wouldn't be spotlighted at least.
Yeah,
that's a very good point, Dave. Like,
and then very good point. We're coming back for a game 7. No,
right?
Not.
Do y'all think
you're going back for a game 7?
I was talking to my dad about this, but do y'all think that also it was a psychology thing with Dillon Brooks too? Like he got too afraid of the lights because even like those final 3 games. Especially after he made the poke the bear comment, like that's when he probably had the most attention ever in his whole life on him. Like the whole world was looking at him versus LeBron, and you can just tell like him playing the game, his body language, he didn't look comfortable. Like it didn't.
Kind of, but like you can't. I don't think that's an excuse if you brought the lights on yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying excuse at all, but I'm saying like that could be part of why he's playing so bad. Because if he in the spotlight before, if he averaged 20 last year. And then this year, same situation, but yet there's more of a spotlight on him because he's running his mouth. I think that could have had something to do with it because his body language was all off. Like it was like, especially that final game, he's playing that bad. Like he didn't look confident out there. He didn't look sure when he's making passes or anything.
The final one, actually, I think that was probably his best game of the series. Before it got crazy out of hand.
That one game, that we were over there watching the fight week when they were beating the crap out of them, I feel like the whole team was like that. Like the whole team was just like, we just can't play with them. We can't play with them for all the stuff we went through, and then all these injuries and XYZ. It was just like I feel like they were just deflated. And
they've got some soul searching.
You can't quit. So it's like you gotta deal with it.
And I one thing now I'm gonna go on y'all side with the Dillon Brooks thing and Ja. First of all, I've been against Ja since I started seeing him talk like a couple years ago.
Reek hated Ja.
It's just
Because
unnecessary, bro.
Because he be talking only when he's winning.
Yeah.
He don't say nothing when he's losing.
That's the whole team. That
When
whole,
he's
that whole
like,
entire like
you
conglomerate is like that.
You too little to our team in game 5, but then didn't say a word in game 6. And then them two skipping out on
media.
bro,
like you can't do that now, bro.
Game
That is why I think
that's
why I have such a like an issue with it. You can't talk, lose, and then skip out on bail. Like you gotta stand in it, bro. Like you have to stand in that. Like,
and then game 5, I think
basketball, like as a man, you gotta stand in that, bro.
Because who did Draymond's went through it, Lance Stevenson went through it, like that same thing. Remember when Lance Stevenson blowing in his ear and stuff and talking all that smack? When the series came in the end, the Pacers lost to I think it was the Heat. Yeah, it was the Heat at that time. You saw it. He manned up, got in front of the media stuff, had to deal with it. Had to deal with the ass antics ain't working stuff. I mean, he was producing stuff. Draymond run all his mouth and still losing.
Bro, you have to stand in that, bro. Like you just have to. You have to.
Especially if you're not playing good, because after the series is over, you're not playing good and you was talking, your spotlight, your 15 minutes of fame going out the window. So you better try to keep up that 15 minutes of fame as much as you can.
To me, that speaks more also to like your character as a player, not the person as a player, because like that shows you there's no accountability. Like, oh shoot, coach, I just messed up on a play. Like that just shows me if he's skipping out on this, when he gets in practice stuff, I'm assuming that like whenever it's his fault or something, he's not taking accountability. Like, oh well, shoot, well Ja he ain't run the play right either. Ja made this pat move or something that confused me. I feel like that's the same situation. Like that speaks volumes right there. You skipping out on stuff like that. And with the whole team too. The whole team is skipping out on media, dodging bullets. Like there's no accountability. So that whole Memphis Grizzly team, they got some soul searching to do.
Especially Ja. Ja, you definitely can't be skipping out on stuff.
Yeah.
Like you especially can't be doing that.
And then with the gun thing too, another lack of accountability. Like he gets slapped on the wrist for that. It's not doing him any good.
I'm taking some time off. He missed 2 games.
Yes. With the Miami.
And then the league did time served. Like what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Denver got 50 games.
Yeah, it's like no, like yeah. But yeah, that like, the whole as a whole that whole Memphis Grizzlies team's got.
Yeah, they need to be someone needs to be held accountable, but like it's hard to pin it on 50 different things. I mean, I guess start with Dillon Brooks. It's gonna be a hard summer for free agents coming off of that team.
Yeah, yes, it is. All right, let's keep it pushing here. All right, so we were just talking about it, so let's go back into it. Lakers Warriors recap. That was a heck of a game we saw. I think we can all agree that this is going to be a really good series. I think it's going to go to game 7.
Great, bro.
If they keep playing like that, it's going to go to game 7.
Great.
So let's start with first things first that everyone's been talking about. Everybody's talking about all week long. Was the Jordan Poole shot a bad shot?
I'm not even going to cap. I didn't watch the second half because I had to wake up super early today. So I went to sleep.
I saw it because you were tweeting. I was like, you must be asleep. I was like 80 going off too, and you went to sleep.
I mean, I don't usually tweet when 80. I only tweet coaching things that need to change. Really, when they playing well, I don't really tweet.
An emotional thing.
He'd be social media coaching out there, like, what are you doing? You gonna call 80 in the middle of the game? Get your act together.
Did you see the shot though? At least,
I watched the highlights when I woke up.
What did you think about him? You saw it.
It was. I mean, I'm not mad at it to be honest, but I think he just took it too early. Like if you can take I trust because Steph was being double teamed. I think Clay was on the other side of the court if I'm not mistaken.
He was on Jordan Poole's side.
Yeah,
he was.
He was on Jordan Poole's side because he was on Steph's first, and then he cleared out to go and
exactly. Yeah, so and that's what freed up Jordan Poole at that point. Jordan Poole's wide open, like.
But yeah, he was. But and it was like 8 seconds left, meaning he could have had time to at least set.
It was like 12.
He could have set his feet in. Yeah, it was
actually it was like 10.8. It was something. Yeah, it was like some double.
It was a lot.
I'm not mad at the shot attempt. I'm mad at the way he took the shot attempt. Okay. Because Jordan Poole can make those shots. It's just like. Because Jordan Poole probably in his mind thought, oh, Clay, they're gonna make sure Clay and Steph don't get the ball. So it's on me.
They made sure that too. When as soon as Steph got that ball, it was double team. They were not like they were willing to let somebody take a wide open shot rather than let Steph shoot that.
I mean, you have to double Steph at that. If you're down by 3, they were down by 3, you have to double Steph. You have to keep an eye on Clay. And the best shooter. I mean, you got Draymond on the court, so
I would put double Steph, put Vanderbilt on Clay, and then hope for the best with Jordan Poole.
But then also Steve Kerr, they had a timeout, if I'm not mistaken. The timeout should have
they
been
did.
called. The timeout should have been as soon as you saw Seth get double teamed, he should have called timeout. And let's get a play together. Like, come on. Or at least like wait till 10 seconds, let's get a play together. But at the shot attempt, where he shot it from, the timing may have been bad, but like I wasn't mad at it. I mean, he was wide open. Like wide open. And Jordan Poole has made those shots before. He had 30-something points that game. He was hot. So I'm not mad at him for taking it. So
he shot it like it was like 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah. It's really he just threw it up. Like I was like, dude, come on.
My critique of the whole thing was the time and the like you said, like the body language of the shot. Like he shot it like again 1 second left.
He panicked when he shot.
Even if you, I'm not mad at the shot selection because in context he had 6 threes in the game. So and again he can hit it from out there. I think with the time, I'm sure that they were going to do the swing to the Jordan Poole. Draymond was going to set the screen for Steph. Steph was going to get open, and he was going to take the last shot. Like I'm sure that's what they practiced that play 190 times a week.
Yeah. Steph was going to get open. He was going to get a little bit of time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would still got the ball to Steph because I mean I don't know, did they bring the ball up the court?
No, it was half court. I think.
No, they got up court. Like they were all set. Like everybody was at least got set.
No, I'm asking if did they take the ball out from the opposite end?
I think it was
opposite end. Yeah, they brought it from the opposite.
It was opposite end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean Steph gets doubled all the time off the ball, so it's like he could have got the ball. He could have got the ball back. I'm not mad at the distance again, but I still would have took that dribble and came and at least like full form. Yeah. Just give yourself a better opportunity to make the shot. Even though, I mean, y'all, that's the best 3-point shooting team in the league. So, I mean,
it is.
Speaking of that,
it could have been better.
Speaking of that, to talk about the game as a whole, because I did watch the first half, and then I watched the highlights for the whole game. The Lakers would have blew them out if the Warriors weren't the Warriors. Like Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole were all.
It's hard to blow them boys out, bro.
Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole were all hot, and the Lakers still won.
They had 21 threes as a team.
And the Lakers still won the game.
By 5, yeah.
And really, the Lakers let them come back at the end. That 14-0 run.
That should have never happened. That should have never happened.
I think that, sorry to interrupt. I think that is what, because I'm with you. Like, yes, y'all would have blew them out. That is a sign to me that, one, y'all might take the foot off the gas if y'all feel comfortable enough. 2, y'all might be gassed. As far as the veterans go, because the Warriors are known to make runs like that, and like you can't let them make runs like that. Because we would be having a different conversation if Jordan Poole made that 3. Because they went on a 14-0 run, and that's nothing but momentum and at their stadium. So it's like.
I think it's a little bit of both. Usually the Warriors do that what they did at the end of the fourth. They usually do that in the third. Yeah, but I think the Lakers all season, pre-trade and post-trade, have never closed out games well. So I think it just kind of came back and haunted them a little bit. But then also with them being tired, because the rotation is much smaller. LeBron is older, obviously. AD
play over 40 minutes.
Yeah, AD, I think played the whole second half, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he sat down. And then everybody else is just what four other players that really played, because I don't even think Rui played that much. It was like Dennis was like the only bench player that really played for real.
I think Rui played a little bit this third quarter. He played a good bit third.
He didn't play as much as he usually does. But yeah, and then plus the Warriors, being the Warriors, all they do is run. So it's gonna be a tough series every other day with this team. So if the Lakers can get that second game,
there's no two-day gaps between none of these games.
Yeah, if the Lakers can get that second game, then the Warriors better watch out, because they're not a good road team.
They're not.
I mean, yeah. All right. Well, AD said, or LeBron said that Anthony Davis is going to have his number retired in the rafters. How do y'all feel about that? Just one game. Is one game enough?
Yeah.
It's not been just one game though, but
I mean, his whole tenure, I'm still taking this whole thing into consideration.
I mean, but
he's not going to get his.
To me, for you to have your numbers retired in the rafters, like it's got to be multiple.
Bro, you have to be a legend.
Yeah, legend. Like you got there's got to be so many iconic moments. Like even I'm not sure LeBron's gonna get his numbers retired in the rafters. There's got to be a lot of iconic moments that he's done with that team. Like,
but if AD
if
AD plays like this.
You're right.
He plays like this the rest of the playoffs and wins Finals MVP. Then we can talk.
Well, not even,
I agree.
I agree. Win Finals MVP because what if he just plays like this and they win the championship? That's probably already better.
I agree.
That's probably already better Lakers career than Pau Gasol.
Well, if he plays like this, he's going to win MVP, the Finals MVP. Let's just be honest. If he keeps playing like he did now, he will win Finals MVP.
All right,
with that, I agree. Though I think he will. Like if he plays like this, I think he'll get his number retired in the Raptors. He will.
And then the Pau Gasol thing, I can't let you get away with that. First of all, they won back to back, and they were 10 times better team than y'all.
Which makes it better for AD.
I think that's my reason to say that he's not going to get his jersey retired because Pau is like so it's like, yeah. So I didn't get your point. I don't know if LeBron might get even his jersey retired there.
Yeah.
Especially
I don't think LeBron
Lakers, like it's especially the Kobe LeBron thing, like all the politics that go into it as well.
I have a feeling AD would get his jersey retired in LA before LeBron would.
I do too.
Because at this point LeBron is not playing like the LeBron we all know and love. And he's living up. He has to live up to that standard, especially in a Lakers uniform.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be look like if they both continue to play the way they're playing and they both win, LeBron's averaging what, like 22, 9 and 6, which is like LeBron. That's good for any regular person, but that's low for LeBron's stats.
LeBron's playing like a top 10 player. Like in his tenure at the Lakers, he's played like a top 10 player in the league. Yeah, he has. But he hasn't played like LeBron. Like if you strip LeBron's name from himself and just had the same player there, put who else? I don't know. Give me a name. Donovan Mitchell or something.
He's just
we're not retiring. We're not retiring.
Of his own success, and that's definitely true.
Yeah.
I don't think for AD to get AD has to be there, past LeBron, win more, and like still play the way that he's playing.
I agree.
AD's
got to stay after LeBron, or else he'll be just LeBron.
He has to like do it for a while because they're gonna try to put the Lakers bigs on him. You got Will, you got Shaq, you got Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna have to live up to those kind of standards. And I don't know if AD is so committed to the Lakers rather than being committed to LeBron.
And right now, I mean, this is just how the narrative. This is how the narrative. I'm not saying this is the case, but AD to the media, to the common casual fan base, AD is viewed as an accessory to LeBron. So with that, that's why he needs to stay longer than after LeBron leaves. He's got to stay longer.
That's what I'm about to say. It's all narrative based. He'll get in there. He'll get in.
Jersey retired period is narrative based.
I mean, anything in the NBA is narrative based. He'll get in if his narrative changes, but right now he's always going to be on the negative side of the narrative.
Yeah.
Like his bad games will get much highlighted more than his good games. Like LeBron had that 2020 game last series, and I mean it was like the craziest thing ever. LeBron 2020.
That's 35.
Yeah. But AD just got 30. AD just got 30 and 20
shots. Like, what do you mean?
AD just got 30 and 20, and it's like, all right.
It's not as talk. It's not talk.
We on to the next day.
I've seen some people mention it, but I mean that right there was history. Like that's actual Lakers history.
Yeah.
The LeBron thing was just LeBron history.
It was a LeBron history. Yeah. He's never had 2020 in the playoffs.
Like okay,
was that 80s? They
haven't had a 30-20 Shaq, so it was like yeah.
And then they named the names. It was like AD, Shaq, Elgin, and Wilt.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Have your name up there with those people. That's crazy.
If you put it in a vacuum. Yes, of course, you would think that he's on a trajectory to get his jersey retired, but you have to battle those narratives, especially in the social media age.
This may be a hot take right here, but do you guys think that having your jersey retire at an organization like the Lakers is greater than you know what I'm about to say? You know what I'm saying? But think about like having your jersey retire as a Laker versus making the Hall of Fame. Because we already talked about the Hall of Fame is too casual now. Like you just do anything, you get in the Hall of Fame.
No, I think
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I never agree with that. I think the people who are in the Hall of Fame are meant to be Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
Do you not agree with what I said, or the Hall of? Or
no, I don't agree with the everybody gets in the Hall of Fame thing.
Okay.
I never agree with that.
I do. See,
that's what I knew. I'm unsure if both of you said. I was like, I knew some people.
I think podcast
said it.
I think it's easier.
I feel like there's like sometimes there's always discrepancies in something, but everybody just getting Hall of Fame. I just don't agree.
I think so because it's narrative based. Because I think at this point, who's currently playing now, active now, that's gonna make the Hall of Fame. Not the top, not like the Steph LeBron, but like Joel's probably gonna make it now. Jokic gonna make it.
Jokic is gonna make it, but Jokic should make it.
Harden gonna make it. Westbrook gonna make it.
But you're naming people who should make it. And B was the only one that's like, but I don't know if he'll make it though. If he doesn't get out the second round ever, I don't think he'll make it.
I want to put it like this.
Jason Tatum's probably on a trajectory to make it. Point.
I would put it like
probably
this.
Gonna make it at this point. It's
not even just the Lakers or any organization. I feel like having your number retired.
No, it's similar. The Lakers ain't definitely.
I'm just saying in general. For you, like for the Lakers, I'll use the Lakers example. When you get your number retired as a Laker, that means you made like an impact on the organization. With the NBA, with the Hall of Fame right now, it just seems like you just have to be really good. You have to make impact. You just got to be good. Like that's what, like LeBron. He's a great player, right? He's a really good player. But we're still saying he may not get his number retired. You know why? Because he didn't make impact. I don't know if that makes any sense. Is it like
it makes? I see what you're saying, but the thing about the Hall of Fame is it's the basketball Hall of Fame for one. So like you can never make it to the league and be the best college player of a million years, and you can make the Hall of Fame. You can like it's not just NBA. Like women make it, all that kind of stuff. To get your jersey retired. In most cases, other than the Heat retiring Jordan jersey, I think for the Lakers, it's more like a coveted. What? Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
that's why LeBron wore 6 at Miami and not 23.
But I think for like the Lakers or like the Celtics, getting your jersey retired is what you did in your tenure for that team.
Yeah, and I mean, getting your jersey retired in the NBA is basically longevity at a high level.
Yeah,
like you gotta be there for a long time and playing. I wouldn't say exceptional, but very well. You gotta be one of the best players. Well, obviously one of the best players in the organization, but it has to be for that certain amount of time. Like you can't play there for 3 years and get your jersey retired at that team, even if you're the greatest 3 years of all time.
That's why I think AD needs to live his Lakers career beyond LeBron.
This is a great segue. Great segue we got right here. Great segue. So our favorite man, my favorite man, Stephen A. Smith, my boy. That's my colleague right there. I talk to him every other day. I tell him he doing good on the First Take podcast stuff, but he ain't got nothing on what now. He ain't got nothing on what now. Be quiet, both of y'all. Be quiet because I know y'all was going. That's my dog right there. Anyways, Stephen A says this. It's Steph Curry beats LeBron James in this series and dare I say wins a 5th NBA championship. We might have to remove LeBron James off Mount Rushmore, the basketball Mount Rushmore, and put Steph Curry on it.
Steph Curry. But Mount Rushmore,
you have to define who's on your Mount Rushmore, though.
But I don't care who's on it. That's wrong. It is. And I love Steph Curry.
Not necessarily. It's because it's very subjective. If you're doing of this generation, you can't move LeBron. But if you're doing all the time, I don't know.
No. LeBron's easily top 3 all time. Like that's what Mount Rushmore is 5
as Rushmore. But I'm not.
I agree with that.
I'm saying that LeBron's on Mount Rushmore regardless of who you ask. I don't think Steph necessarily is.
If he don't win another championship, he's not going to be Mount Rushmore?
I don't think Kobe's on Mount Rushmore. He has 5 championships, and he has more points than him, and all the other stuff.
But the only thing why Kobe, you're not putting Kobe on there because Jordan came before Kobe. Steph Curry's the first of we've ever seen. We've never seen.
Kobe's not top 5, and I don't have him in that higher part as most people. And it doesn't matter if he was a second.
Right. We ain't talking about Kobe right now. But
I think if he gets 5,
I think if Curry wins this, he's definitely.
I just don't think that you remove LeBron. You can't remove LeBron for Steph. I think that's what I'm trying to say. You can probably add Steph, but you can't remove LeBron.
I mean, it's only 4, so I think Jordan and LeBron spots are locked. For forever, for our lifetime at least.
Yeah. Stephen A. said that for clout. He said that all for clout because that's. I think
Magic or Kareem has to be next.
And honestly, you could debate Steph over Magic because if Steph wins 5,
it's okay.
If Steph wins 5, he's the best point guard ever. But as far as like the basketball, the story of basketball, it's still an argument. But I would still just put Magic in there because he's one of the founding fathers of. I mean, him and Bird saved the NBA.
This goes back to our original conversation about the numbers being retired and stuff. It's like it's a different narrative at this point. Like why do you make the Mount Rushmore? Is it just because you're really good at your game, or is it something that you actually change like the way basketball is? That's why my Mount Rushmore, Shaq's on there in mine. And that's not saying he's a top 5, but that's saying because Shaq changed the game. Like
he's the most dominant big man ever.
Exactly.
But I think it all depends on who's your Mount Rushmore. But to say that you'll take LeBron off and put Steph, I get that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think Stephen A. even believes that. I think he just said that for I don't know why he said that. I don't think he believes that.
I feel like just regardless of how you define what a Mount Rushmore means, I think if you don't have Jordan and LeBron on there, then you're just a hater. Like regardless of whatever your Mount Rushmore means, Jordan and LeBron have to both be on there. The other two spots can be debated all day and all night, but Jordan and LeBron has to be on there. And right now,
go ahead.
I think it'll still be hard to put Steph at number 4, but if you then sit down and think about it,
at 4, I'm okay with. I'm okay with somebody saying he's at 4 if those things happen.
I'm at 3 and 4.
I don't think he's 3.
I'm just regardless because he'll have to be 4. Like he'll have to take 4 out. Like you're not gonna just like. Because if he's going to skip 3, then he's technically already there.
If he goes to 3, this has to be a heck of a finals run. Like I mean, like an historical finals run. Like Steph needs to go off the rest of this.
Dealing with all the things they went through this year, and for them to actually make a run, just period, no matter how, because they're going to scratch and claw.
This year, it reminds me of LeBron's year whenever he made his last year in Cleveland. That's what this kind of reminds me of with Steph.
No,
I mean, he has a better team.
I see what you're saying. But like LeBron put them on his back. I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen nothing like that.
Steph got the same core.
But it's core. No, it's not the same core. Nah, let's be honest.
They got the same core. The core is only 3 people.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not talking about skill. No. Like they're not as good as they once were, but they know how to play with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, and that really matters. Like LeBron's team. Who was there that was there before?
Like Dellavedova. Wait, no, Dellavedova.
Kevin Love was there. Like J.R. Smith or something
Tristan
like
Thompson. that. I don't think J.R. was there.
J.R. was there. No, because he's the one that messed up that pass.
That's the year he did the little thing.
That was the mess up pass? Because, I remember they at the beginning of that year, they had like Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas.
They did.
That might be the year before that. I think that's 2017.
No, that was the same year because they traded
they traded everybody. That was his last year. They traded everybody.
Derrick Rose left, Dwayne Wade left, and Isaiah Thomas left.
IT was on there, yeah.
That's when they're supposed to be like they were supposed to be really good that year. Like we was actually scared.
I mean, it was just
they weren't going to be good. They're old. They were old. That's what LeBron likes old players, and like you can either go good with that or wrong with that. That's what he did last year in the Lakers. Yeah. Trying to have all those old people on the team.
Take Melo off that team. Golly, bro.
Yo. I'm not gonna get into that, but Melo was the most consistent player other than the top 2 players on the team.
Okay.
Melo should have been the scapegoat.
Literally was. Melo and Malik Monk were the other 2 good players.
Malik Monk was not no scapegoat.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I think those four were like the only good people on the team.
Malik Monk was hooping last year.
No cap,
He's hooping this year too. By the way.
No, he has been hooping this year. But Sabonis is clearly a playoff dud.
He turned the light off.
Hey.
He literally is. After he got stomped on, like, he was nowhere to be.
Shoot, man, his chest was caved in. God dang,
man, whatever. That boy was scared of Draymond. That boy
couldn't breathe. He had a ventilator at night. Like,
yeah, Sabonis. I feel like Sabonis got scared because Sabonis should have been.
Sabonis got scared.
I feel like he did too.
Like he's not as good as AD, but he should have been doing similar to what AD is doing. Like he was the most dominant big man. He should have been destroying.
Like they couldn't guard you, and his jump shot was falling. Well,
yeah, he should be like Jokic, to be honest.
Sacramento team actually,
he's just more athletic than him.
He should be better than Jokic.
But, anyways, good NBA. Now we're gonna transition into a quick hitter time. Y'all guess what quick hitters is about today?
We already know.
Listen, we all know. Listen, so I'll give y'all a little second. Wrong. Kyle, you're wrong. Jay, you're wrong.
Kyle, you're wrong.
Elijah, wrong. All y'all wrong. Nordy, wrong. Jamie, if you're listening, wrong. It's WWE.
Jamie ain't listening. Jamie don't like us when she not on here.
She hates us. So we gonna talk about it right now. She's not even listening. She hates us. She don't like us, bro. She just don't like us. All right, here we go. WE, we're going to do a would you rather, and if you have time, we'll throw in a little couple trivia questions. So, first things first. We talked about this earlier, so we got to get this out the way. Your favorite villain here. Would you rather have Randy Orton or Edge?
Yes. Randy Orton.
Just yes.
Randy Orton got it. Randy Orton got it. Edge.
I don't know.
Edge had it, but Randy Orton was kicking people's heads off.
Randy Orton is the greatest heel of all time to me.
Do you think so?
I mean, it can be debated, but in my from what I've seen, Randy Orton, like that man was like he was evil, bro. He was a devil.
I was scared in my home. Because you might come over and RKO me.
What's that TikTok?
Everybody's belt, like oh my good, like bro, oh my goodness.
The African TikTok, he was like, "You uncivilized devil."
Randy Orton was who do you got, Tobias?
I'm gonna go with Edge. I'm gonna go Edge there. I haven't seen Edge too many times like you think. Like I think Randy Orton's had like bigger moments like Edge, like watching him too many times. Like you think like John Cena, all right, John's about to win this match. The Edge is all worn out and comes out of nowhere. Spear! Out of nowhere wins the match. I'm like, oh my, and I'd be so ticked off as a little kid. I'm like, no. I think the whole world's over after Edge wins it. And then he has the belt for so long after, like Edge would win. And he would have the belt for so long.
Is he a hater?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I saw Edge more as like a Joker type of person. Mm-hmm. Like he had his mindset correct. He just was not a good person in general. Yeah. So he just wanted to make other people bad. I felt Randy Orton was more like his mind was just like, he was just bad. Like
it was more big. Yeah. Randy Orton seemed like he was more business. Edge felt like it was all personal with him. Like Edge was just an evil person.
Yeah.
If I can compare them, I think Edge was a good villain. Mm. Like especially with the like the leader stuff and like doing it on like in the middle of the show and stuff like that. Like he made it very easy to not like him. Mm. Of course, like with the random spears and stuff like that. But like Reek said, Randy Orton was literally crazy. Like he was deranged, bro. Like he would come out of nowhere, kick people in the face, ruin your match, and RKO you, and just like slither around. Like they was calling him a snake. He was crazy, bro. He was crazy.
We used to think that he was killing people in the ring.
Yeah, he was punching people in the head. Like you cannot do that.
I mean, their songs described them both perfectly. Like Randy was, I hear voices in my head, and Edge was, you think you know me, but you really don't.
Even out the ring, though, Randy was actually going through things at that point in his life. So it's like kind of.
I will say, I feel like you respect Randy more than you do. Just back what you said, Jay. Like it was easy not to like Edge. So I feel like
And
we
if
respected Randy more than Edge.
And if we're gonna go there, I mean, Randy Orton's a better wrestler than him at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. All right, moving on here. I'll save that one. That's a little dark there. I guess we can go there. That's a little bit dark.
Turn it up.
Trying to make it dark, but
I love.
Would you rather have CM Punk or Chris Benoit? That's not funny. Why y'all laughing? That is not funny.
Because why are they being compared for one? And it's like, okay. Would I have CM Punk or Chris Benoit?
Both like little scrappy guys.
Rest in peace, I guess, if that's what you say to people who do stuff like that. But
why is Chris Benoit in any comparison?
Chris Benoit was good.
He was good.
He was kind of mid to me.
Really?
He was like he felt he got lost in translation like the Eddie Guerrero era and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like CM Punk was kind of a superstar at one point.
All right, so we being like real about both of them. I like Chris Benoit. He was I
definitely like him, but I think he was just mid.
I liked his song. He just didn't have a note. What is it? Not recognizable. A character that was unique, I would say. He was kind of
like that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't stick out to anybody.
Yeah, he was just a kind of crazy person, which ended up it was actually that was him. It wasn't it wasn't his character. But CM Punk, I think he became really good when his stuff became real. Like when he was going at Vince McMahon and stuff, and then it ended up like he was having promos about Vince, like you run this company really bad. This company's going in the ground, and then realizing that stuff he was saying was actually real, and him and Vince were actually beefing. And then like him and Cena fought for the belt, and the loser had to leave WWE, and CM Punk left because he got fired. So he lost that match.
Also, they used it as that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because CM Punk had the belt.
CM Punk's character was
a rebel.
Was better developed from the jump anyway because he started in ECW as like the guy who doesn't drink, do drugs, stuff like that, and like he thought he was better than everybody. So like I would go CM Punk. And CM Punk's rise to the top was he put the work.
It was real. It was real.
He put the work.
Now nobody. I don't think anybody. None of the brands like him.
I mean,
tables, ladders, and chairs here. I'm not going to give the king of it, which in my opinion is Jeff Hardy. So, I think that's undisputable. Don't nobody top table, ladder, and chair besides Jeff Hardy. Who was brother Matt Hardy or Rob Van Dam?
Oh, hey, I loved RVD, bro.
Yeah, RVD was nice. He was nice,
bro. He was cool. Bruh, Matt Hardy got carried by Jeff. And I'm going to say it to the end of time. Yes, they're a great duo, but if Jeff Hardy Matt Hardy just looks like the slow big brother. Like, just chubby, stiff. Like, to me, Jeff Hardy was just like, he really carried him. So I'm going to go RVD, and it's probably biased, but that's just
a fate.
You were a big ECW fan?
Go out for a little bit.
I would say yeah. I wouldn't say big, of course, but I would say like I tuned in.
It came on late and at an awkward day. That's why I can never.
I was watching it. I watched everyone. I don't really like SmackDown back then, but that's
See, my mom wouldn't let me watch
Raw
or ECW. One, because they're in the middle of the week, school nights, and two, Raw was way more rated R than SmackDown.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
because I remember I used to watch, and she was like, "Why are those women naked?" And then even on the games, they would have like the loading screens of the divas, and she was like, "Nah, why are you playing that?" I'm like, "Mom, I can't do nothing about that."
Yeah, I got you.
It's off topic. My mom caught the GTA San Andreas CD. You know, one she has like her glasses down, like her hanging out and everything. Oh, that was it. She took that CD. We never see it again. I mean, my brother had to like go scavenging for it and everything.
But back to the question, I think I'm gonna go Matt Hardy. RVD, I like RVD, but he had the frog splash, but it never really clicked with me that much. I believe you too, or I agree with you too when you say Jeff Hardy carried Matt Hardy, but I like Matt Hardy too still. I didn't really connect with RVD like I do with Matt Hardy. Like that twist of fate, Matt Hardy does that better than Jeff does. But I mean, that was Matt's move. But I like the twist of fate.
I mean, but their whole thing was high flying. I just felt like Matt was just so unathletic. I think that's what it was.
He was unathletic.
He felt unathletic.
He didn't look like he could
looked out of shape. He looked out of shape all the time.
He looked fat, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He literally looked fat.
He always did.
Yeah. That a little But yeah, I agree with that. I think I'm gonna go RVD with that. I think I liked RVD better, but for some reason I think in a fight that Matt Hardy would win. I don't know why. I feel like he would win in a fight.
I think Matt was a definitely bigger star than RVD, but like me personally, I would go RVD.
And plus, also when Jeff Hardy took that break, Matt Hardy was mid. He was. Let's be honest.
He's terrible by himself.
He was mid.
He is awful by himself.
Yeah. There was nothing interesting about him.
He had a little thing with Lita too.
Yeah.
Lita and
because him and Edge.
Oh yeah, that storyline was great.
Great.
That was a great storyline, bro.
Yeah. And when he turned heel against Jeff, that was a great one. Mm-hmm. But after that one ended, that's when Matt started getting, because they kind of broke up the brothers. Because I remember he hit Jeff in the head with the chair on like another chair. It was like the first time he did it, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh." He just brother.
All right, let's keep it chugging here. We'll go duos here. We'll keep it on the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys, or y'all know who I'm about to say?
Dudley?
Not Dudley.
Edge and Christian.
I was going to say DX, D-Generation X.
Oh.
D-Generation X.
It depends on what you're talking about with DX, because DX was like
it's two different styles.
Thing.
Two styles.
If you're gonna do like the most recent one for like Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, no, them two. No, that's the only DX I'm talking about right there. Yeah, them two.
I
always like I think Jeff Hardy was my favorite wrestler of all time. So I think I'll still go Hardy, but DX was different. Like that, especially
DX was very different, bro.
09-ish era. When
they came together again, I was like, oh,
when they came back and did it.
The glow sticks,
the glow, yes.
That was crazy.
That era was crazy, bro. That was I'll have to go DX just because like what they did in WWE during that time, like they ran rampant, bro. Yeah. Like they
beat everybody. That
was the end of their career.
It's right before WWE really started to get PG, or like started to get kind of. They were already PG at that point, but they were kind of like teetering between like being, like Reek said, like a really raunchy type show, translating into like the mainstream. And they were already mainstream, but you know what I mean. But I'll probably go DX. But they're just awkward to me because like they're two like goats singularly.
Exactly.
So them teaming up never really felt authentic. But man, did they do it? They did the best they could, bro.
And they were good on the mic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they did everything right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Hardy Boys I think they were more entertaining to watch in the ring, but like in terms of like whole atmosphere, like DX had it. Like outside the ring, inside the ring, DX definitely had the whole storyline. DX carried it. But inside the ring, Hardy Boys they're definitely the most entertaining to watch. Definitely.
Triple H bagged the big man.
Yeah.
He bagged him. He bagged the billionaire, Triple H. He got him back. He bagged the billionaire.
I thought that was fake at first. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought that was fake at first. You see where that put him at. He's gonna be the next Vince McMahon though.
I mean, he kind of is now.
Yeah.
What was the next one I had? I think we're getting towards I'm not even gonna get on the GOATs and like John Cena, but I will say Triple H or Batista.
I think that's easy. I think it's clearly Triple H. I think Triple H is a top 5 wrestler.
It's maybe weird, but I was kind of a Batista fan for a while.
Evolution, bro. Evolution was a nice little era too.
I was a Batista fan for a while.
I just feel like Batista's prime wasn't as long as you would think it was.
He should have had a longer prime. He should have been more successful, I think, too.
Like he was very big for like very, very big, like a top wrestler for a very short amount of time.
I think he got carried.
That's when he had the heavyweight championship, the heavyweight belt, right?
Yeah, I think he got carried by Evolution. Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and them.
Nah, I wouldn't say that because he had battles with like Undertaker.
Yeah, he's beating all them. So.
Rey Mysterio and Edge. He had battles. He had battles with them. I feel like Evolution, because what year was Evolution big? Is that
I don't
early?
know. I think that's
That
the
was like-
beginning of. I think that was the beginning of Randy Orton and Batista. Like, I think that's their like way into
That
start.
07?
Nah, that's earlier than that.
It was earlier than that. It was like probably like 2004.
Yeah, it makes
It
sense.
was 04. It was 04. It was 04. It was 04.
I think Randy and John Cena came in at the same year. I don't know why I know this, but John Cena came in 2002. I've always known that. I don't know why I know that information.
He came in. His character wasn't catching though. Like at the very beginning, it didn't catch.
Yeah, he had the tights. He was just a regular big person. Then he got
when he started rapping, it was over.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, he started rapping. Everybody started.
Hey, you see what they do when they get onto the culture? That's all I'm gonna say.
As soon as he started getting the baggy pants and everything, and rapping the
Man,
chain,
he was slick hard with it though.
it was
turned, dog.
He was slick hard with it though.
Because at the beginning he was a heel.
Yeah, he was a heel. And then he started getting into the USA era.
Yeah,
hustle, loyalty.
He did that. He did that to compromise. That's 100% what that was. To compromise and get.
He was the face of the entire company.
Absolutely,
he had to do
that.
it.
He had to do it. Support the. Then what was he? Was he a vet or Marine or like what was it? It was like some I don't know. Like for some reason I thought
played in the movie.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, that's what it was. All right.
That movie was really good, bro.
It was good.
No, I never watched.
It was good.
Never watched any of them. It was like 4 of them.
I
watched the Marine.
Yeah.
I think John Cena has one. Stone Cold's in that one. I think Batista has one.
What? Are y'all kidding me? I've never seen these.
I think The Miz has one too. I think The Miz has the most recent one.
I didn't watch any of them after Marine, but Marine was a really good movie.
Yeah, I've only seen John Cena's Marine, and that was pretty. But and Stone Cold, Stone Cold, I can't compare him to nobody else. But,
Speaking of, I used to like too the when they used to fight for the soldiers and it was outside. I always thought that was like super cool.
It was cool. It was cool. It was very.
They had the outside fights, period, bro. When they had the outside arenas, like old WrestleManias and stuff like that, I always thought that was so fun.
And they had like the carrier. I mean, anything like honestly, every event they did on those carriers was always cool. Like the WWE, the March Madness and stuff, like all that stuff was cool.
I wouldn't even talk about the carriers. The carriers were actually fun too. Actually on the boats, but I'm talking about like when they go to Afghanistan and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
They were just like literally be fighting in the middle of the desert.
I remember
they were so good with beforehand with the stages. Like now all the stages are the same.
Bro, like SmackDown stage with the fist was so fire to me.
Iconic.
That was so fire, bro.
But that fist was huge. Because I went to a couple of them. I wish if like camera phones was big when I went to them. I felt old. But I remember
the whole stage was nice. Even in that time, when they did a Raw stage was pretty cool too. Because it was like all that metal and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looked like a big TV, but it was metal, steel.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that big TV. What was I about to say? Yeah, I remember one time that SmackDown came to Savannah. That was the lamest thing ever. They would let them have fireworks in there. And so, like, Batista does like his
you know how much that is to a lot of people?
It was, oh my goodness, it was so bad. Like when Batista came out, he does a little he was just doing this and there was nothing going on.
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
That thing is loud too. I don't know if you ever been in there when they had that. It's loud.
Bruh. Who was it? Goldberg used to walk through it.
Yeah.
That scared me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, why is he doing that? I thought he only did that like in a certain place. I was like, bro, you do that every time. You are burning yourself.
Jeff Hardy got caught on fire one time.
He did.
But Jeff Hardy, that's the person that would get caught on fire. Because he would have stand anything.
Do everything. This may be unpopular, but I didn't like Goldberg. I really didn't. I never liked Goldberg.
Goldberg was okay. I liked how burnt up he was.
Yeah, he was over. Him and Brock Lesnar overhyped him out. Him and Brock Lesnar overhyped him out. My eyes.
I would say one person that I liked was probably my favorite before he turned commercial was Booker T.
I love Booker T.
Booker T at the beginning before he won the World Rumble. Before he did he turned to King Booker. I was like, bro, that's my favorite ever. He was so turned, bro. He was just fine.
Like the dreads.
What's that? The
dreads was turned. He was the first person I ever see shake the dreads, bro. I'm sorry. The spin-a-rooney.
Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan, I'm
that's what I was
talking
about to say.
to
I know we can't say it on here, but that clip was so
Oh, no,
funny.
I'm talking to
Hulk
you.
Hogan, we coming for you. And he was like, oh.
like you ain't mad. You know you messed up.
Like,
Coming for you.
We coming for the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
Oh my god, bro.
All right. This
And
one,
Vince McMahon said it too. To John
Yeah, he
Cena.
did say it. That was crazy.
he did.
I was
Yes, he did say it.
That's just not like a homeboy thing to say. Anyway, we gotta move on. Right? We gotta
Yeah.
move on.
Well, that is it for now. Do we have any hot takes?
Oh,
You can be wrestling hot taking me, whatever. Since we already got that going.
AD going MVP next year.
No, you're not. When did they implement in the minimum games thing?
Actually,
Is that
Eight-
the minimum games thing?
I don't know. Ain't nobody gonna win it next year. Then they're gonna give it like Marcus Smart.
Yeah, it's gonna be someone who like Halliburton.
that's
or something.
funny. Marcus Smart going.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield wins it. Oh my goodness.
Nah, it would be like De'Aaron Fox, somebody like that will win it. Like somebody young that play a lot in a
John
small.
might get it real if that's the case.
John gonna shoot his way out of it.
All right.
Literally.
It seems like the Atlanta shooter got caught in Cobb County.
Hey.
Oh my God, because I was gonna bust him.
Me too, bro. I was going to go on a midnight hunt tonight.
Pause, please,
Pause. Yeah. Okay.
please. All right, bro. In the show.
All right. It's the end of the show. Well, look at that
Get
transition
raunchy.
right there. We love Jesus. Look at that transition here. We're going from that to the scripture. Jeez. All right, this one comes from Romans 12:12.
Lord.
From the NIV version, it says, short. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. Amen.
There you go. Amen.
Joy, patience. Actually, and the one thing I've learned too from prayer is be careful what you pray for, because if you pray for patience, God can give you a lot of opportunities to earn patience. I haven't learned that, so I'm warning all y'all. Be careful. You out there, y'all begging for more patience. I'm telling you from experience.
People don't understand what they're actually praying for. They just want specific
careful,
things to happen. You were like, I want all these people, I want all the bad people out of my life. Yeah, it's gonna be your best friend, your girl, your mom, and your dad. Like,
not always what you want. God gonna give you what you ask for.
He gonna give you what you need, not what you want.
The best person in your life is the person you hate the most.
On God.
No, we preaching today, boy. Actually,
that's the one that's gonna help. That's the one that's gonna help you grow.
That's true. All right. Well, it was a good. Even though we talked about basketball the whole time, it was diverse. We went a whole bit different topics. Talk about WWE. I was about to say Trae Young, Anthony Davis. You wearing them glasses all day, all the time?
Me?
Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah.
You see this light?
What is that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, turn that off.
What?
Listen, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be
You know
back.
what I'm talking
I may be. First off, I'm a Warriors fan right now, so don't you know.
All right, we're gonna catch y'all. Y'all follow, subscribe, like, share, all that.
Well, you see what happened. They lost, so keep going.
I already made my intentions clear right now. I was there. I'm the reason why they made it that far. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch that game 7, so that's why they lost. Maybe next season, Kings. But until then, next time we'll see y'all What Now fans. We'll see y'all next week with a whole new episode. Hopefully we have the whole gang on this time, so we got a 3-man this show again. But anyways, we have a good show, 3-man in it. Anyway, so yeah. So next time, we'll see y'all.
Hit my DM, ladies.
Yeah.